I saw the Borderlands movie, so you don't have to. Borderlands is based off of the video game series Borderlands with the same name. This movie stars Kate Blanchett as Lilith, Kevin Hart as Roland, and Jack Black as Claptrap, as well as other characters with Jamie Lee Curtis starring in her role. So I didn't really know much about Borderlands going into this movie, besides the fact that it had a unique art style that made it look like a kind of comic book video game series, as well as the fact that Borderlands collabed with Fortnite in Chapter 1, Season 10, and they had their own little like mini part of the map during that time. So, my initial watch, I went into the film really just knowing what the critics were saying about that. So, here's the Rotten Tomato score right here. Yeah, it's kind of a doozy, like how bad it got rated by critics and audience people. So, I decided to wait for my local Fat Cats to do $5 movie days. So, I went on the $5 movie and went and saw the film. So, through my initial watch, I will first talk about what I thought was great about the film. So, what I thought was great about the film is I really enjoyed really just Jack Black's performance as Claptrap, as well as I don't remember the actor's name, but whoever plays Krieg, the psycho bandit that teams up with them. I liked his performance as well, which is kind of saying something since one, Claptrap's a robot, and two, Krieg is like masked the whole time and he barely really says anything, and I like those two characters the most. Yeah. So they were great. I liked that part of the movie the most, and that's really the only part of the movie that I liked. Most of the rest is kind of just negative. So to start, I feel like the first negative I want to talk about is that all of these actors kind of feel like they're just there for the paycheck. There's no really like chemistry in this movie between all these characters. There's no like emotional attachment that I was trying to search for. Like they're all just ragtag thugs that don't like each other, that are forced to work with each other. It's like Guardians of the Galaxy, but these people just don't get along the whole time. Like it's not they don't really become the family that I guess they're supposed to in the video games. So that's kind of bummer that I didn't really see that chemistry between any of these characters. And I don't really like, after looking up Borderlands after the movie, I don't really like the fact that they casted big name actors in these roles. Like Lilith is supposed to be in her early 20s and mid 20s in the games, and they casted Kate Blanchett, who is in her 50s. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. And then they casted Kevin Hart as Roland, which Roland, I don't remember his age, but Roland looked like this big, muscular soldier type guy. Nothing against Kevin Hart, but he didn't really fit the picture of Roland. And same with Jamie Lee Curtis's scientist character. Her character in the video games looked like it was supposed to be younger and not old. Like everyone just felt too old for their roles after looking up what each character looked like and what their ages were. So I think it probably would have gone better if they found actors who fit those roles, like in looks and in age, and who actually were like maybe new to the acting career, because they'd probably give their all and give a better performance than what was given. I feel like um, these people were just there, and they were just there to make the movie. And that's a little bit of a problem because I think all the budget for the movie went into these actors because we got so many big names, and I think all the budget went to them because, man, the movie has really really poor CGI, probably really poor script as well, because I was able to kind of guess pretty much everything that was occurring in the movie because it just didn't feel great. And like the writing with all the lines, a lot of the jokes didn't like go well. They all just like fell flat. Like it's supposed to be a comedy adventure movie. I would want to see myself laughing, and I only really saw myself laughing at like maybe two of Claptrap's jokes, and that was really it. Like come on, they needed to write the movie just a little bit better so that we could be entertained. And yeah, I think it's probably because they just got so many big name actors that they didn't have the money for the effects and writing the scripts and just all of the other stuff. The pacing just felt weird as well, and like all of the characters were just given what they needed to progress on their mission, and they weren't really given too much of a challenge because they always were given like a way out immediately, and that they didn't really like work towards it. It was kind of just there for the heroes and the villains. So it was just strange. It was a strange movie, but I was entertained enough to stay through the whole thing. But I could truly really see why the critics and the audience were kind of ripping up this movie, because this movie was just one of those rushed movies that I don't think anybody wanted to be there for. They were just there to make a movie. So no real passion was put into this movie, and I really hoped that the makers of this movie were actually passionate about Borderlands and wanted to make a good movie, and it doesn't seem to be the case with this one. So, oh well. But is this movie good? Is this movie bad? It has some very, very few good stuff about this movie, but for the most part, I feel like it was bad, and I probably won't be watching this again. It was a good time to only it was a good time to only really watch once, unless it's being put on somewhere, then I'll watch it. So, have you guys seen Borderlands yet? Let me know down in the comments down below, and make sure to hit that like button and subscribe button so you can be notified for any more future content. Thank you for tuning in to talking about Borderlands. Hope you get to go see it soon in theaters. If not, it's already coming to digital and DVD at the end of this month. So, yeah, then you could see it then and not have to pay for the theaters. So, thank you for tuning in for this movie review, and I will see you all next time.